right, it's our last week in Florida before we head back home to the cold, ice, and winter. So today we are going to go back to the conservation park because it's gorgeous out. If you can't tell, sun's out. I know it's been 2 weeks since we posted. Weather got really cruddy down here in Florida. It was definitely winter time for the 2 or 3 weeks to get winter, and then my work schedule just was awful. We were super busy, so made me really exhausted. But we're back out today and can't wait to take you guys along. You guys ready to go? Come on. Oopsie daisies. Go on, Dills. All right, roof's off, sun's out, so let's get going. To take a moment to reflect on our time in Florida. It's been fun. It's been warmer than back home in New York. And Jeremy and I were just talking about how this is gonna be the last time we're wearing outfits like this for the next many months because New York will not get warm until June probably. So we're gonna enjoy the warmth of today before we head home to pack because we're gonna leave here in the next, I don't know, a few days or so and venture back to the snowy, icy state of New York. Speaking of outfits, and don't mind my little pasty feet, but these sandals that we're wearing today are from Earthing Harmony, and they are grounding sandals, which have been quite enjoyable too. Enjoyable is not a word. I don't even know what word it would be. It's been quite nice to wear these. So they have these little copper pins on the bottom, so you stay grounded with the earth as you walk. And they do make loafer styles, which I think we're gonna get if we're back home, but wanted to point these out to you guys. Great company, all leather shoes and soles, and I'll drop a link in the description. Check them out. So if you guys are big into walking, big into grounding, kind of all that granola crunchy stuff, definitely get a pair. Last time we were here, we went right, which takes you down, you know, some cool little boardwalks. This time, we're gonna go straight and see where it takes us. Probably not boardwalks, judging off of all the trees and the plains ahead of us, but probably still gonna be a really nice, pretty walk. Maybe see some little animals or critters or something, besides that little critter and that little critter there. So if you come to the conservation park and do the Osprey Trail, this is kind of what it is for quite a while. So far not as, I don't know, unique or fun as the boardwalk trails, but still a good trail, especially if you need something kind of flattened down and easy to walk on for people with disabilities or not great walkers or whatever it may be. So still a good little trail to check out. We're going to keep walking until we feel like we need to turn around and head back to the Jeep. Toes, you've been drinking? You can't walk in a straight line, bud. Today we're only working with one camera, so you guys will get a lot of Jeremy footage and a lot of me talking while looking at Jeremy, which isn't a bad thing if you ask me, but it was a kind of a last minute idea to come out this way, so we didn't take all of our camera gear and just pack something simple, which we are using the DJI Osmo Pocket today. It's been my favorite camera so far. Highly suggest getting one if you guys are vloggers or film your action stuff, but either way, we'll get what we can today, show you guys a little adventure. So we have made it here from here. We walked all the way here. And if you keep going on Osprey, you can make it around the park, but we're going to come up here to Diamondback and shoot back our way down because Toby's panting a little bit. I think it's a little warm for him with the humidity and whatnot. And his little legs are tired. Come on, Bubs. He's got to check out the map, make sure we know where we're going, but we're going to loop around, see if we see some cool things here in the wetlands and Cypress Pond area. Maybe hit up some of those boardwalks and then head on home. Well, that was a wet pooch of smidge.
Don't blame it on me. We gotta turn around and go back.
It is. I will blame it on Bobs for why we have to turn around and go back, because I could keep walking all day long in these comfortable sandals and strong athletic legs. But he is.
Yeah, my comfortable toes and strong legs.
Tubbs is actually a great little hiker. In Vermont, he surprised us, so he's probably fine to keep going. We're just, you know, making this a short little trip because, like I said, we do gotta get back home, start packing, and get some dinner in our belly and whatnots. Now, you might be curious, since I keep talking about us going back home, what this channel is gonna look like. Are we still gonna adventure? Are we still gonna put videos out? And the answer is yes and yes, because as bad of a rep as New York gets for the city and all of its crazy laws and taxes, New York is a beautiful state, and we are very lucky to live in a very beautiful part of it. So we do have our motorcycles. We have KTM 690 Enduro Rs. I also have a 390 Adventure, but we'd like to take those out, go camping right around the Adirondacks, the Catskills, just around the Finger Lakes region as well. So we will be doing a lot of that. We have some amazing hiking near us and also in the Adirondacks, so plan for that. And besides motorcycle riding and camping, we do a lot of hiking. We live really close to a beautiful area that we like to do trail runs and hikes. And I'll show you guys a little bit of that as well, so you can get a taste of that aspect of adventure.
Get him hopping.
It's like a little bunny rabbit. Finally found a little bit of a wetland swamp. Doesn't look like it's big enough to host any ogres or alligators, but it's nice to see a little change of scenery on this little trail. The boys always get so far ahead of us on these walks. And they just meander like two old men on a casual walk, while Billy and I stay back here and capture some footage. I realize this video is going to be a lot of me talking, just because the trail is a little bit uneventful, which is okay, relaxing, definitely still a nice trail. But I wanted to talk about our time in Florida, reflect on it in a bit, and I will say, Florida is an amazing place to come to in the wintertime. It's nice to escape, but there are two things you should know. One, the northern part of Florida, where we are at in Panama City Beach, is about 75% closed for the winter. They don't start opening up until like mid-February, so we came down the first week of December and hardly anything's open. A lot of restaurants are closed, or they have very short hours, or they're very short staffed, and it does get quite chilly here. We, like I just said, didn't post a video for 2 weeks because we had some pretty cold weather, sub-freezing temps and all that. And so with everything being shut down and the cold weather, there really wasn't much for us to do. Now, go further south in Florida, it's a much different game. Everything's open, it stays much warmer. That being said, it's much more expensive to go down there and stay, and it's gonna be much more crowded. Now that we are at the tail end of February, Panama City Beach has definitely kicked up in terms of visitors, things being open. So traffic is horrible. This ride usually takes us about 30 minutes to get out here from our beach house, the conservation park, and it probably took us about 45 minutes. So just be mindful of that. There's a lot of construction in this area always, from what I've heard, that it just like never goes away. So know when you come to Florida, if you're coming in deep winter time, so like December to early February, a lot of things are gonna be shut down the further north you are. And the further south you go, the more expensive it is. So just be mindful of that. Also, Florida is just what you make of it. So you obviously have the beach, and we had the springs, and you know, these little trails. And unfortunately, we just felt that we exhausted a lot of our adventuring really early on and had to keep repeating the same adventures, hence why we're back here at the conservation park filming for you guys. So be mindful of when you're in Florida, you might exhaust a lot of the adventures early on if you're doing long trips like we are. So we traveled for 3 months this time because of my job, and kind of saw and did everything that we wanted to do within the first month. So, but not saying we didn't enjoy Florida. It definitely beats shoveling snow from our driveway on a daily basis, but we are quite ready to head back home, enjoy a little bit left of winter, maybe get a slope session in. Great Peak is still open for snowboarding and skiing, so we might do that, do some ice hiking. We got our little spikes that we put on our shoes, but we'll soon be transitioning from that winter time to the muddy springtime, so we'll have to find other things to do like trout fishing. So did just want to reflect a little bit on Florida and our time. Still would recommend coming down in the winter, would just probably go a little further south if you are coming early winter, just to maximize everything being open and having a little bit warmer weather. It'll be one of the last few times we see that big ball of warmth and light for several months when we go back home, so enjoy it while we can. Oh, cool. So we ended up looping back around. This is the same boardwalk where we had our drone footage from last time we were here. So it's nice. All these trails kind of seem to just intersect and loop around. So no matter which way you go, it seems like you can kind of always just get back to the start very easily. And we made it back to the original crossroads where we went straight when we first came. And now we get to go this way and head back to the Jeep. You ready for the Jeep, Bobes? He says, yeah. He's leading the way. That's right, Dills. Now we get to lead the pack. Girls rule, boys drool. Oh, Toby needed to wet his whistle. All right, guys, that's gonna end our little adventure today here at the concert. Toby's hogging the water down there, so we're trying to let Dilly also drink. But that is going to end our adventure today here at the conservation park and kind of wrap up our time here in Florida. So the next time you see an adventure from us, it will be when we're back home in New York. So it might be a delayed week or two. I probably will post an old video from Vermont because I do have one more adventure from there that I have not posted yet. So as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, do what you have to do to keep supporting this page and stay engaged, and we can't wait to see you next time.